Section 1. You will hear a man calling to ask about joining a local sports club. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 10. Good afternoon, Oakwood Sports Club. How can I help you?
Hi there. I'm calling to ask about membership options. I've recently moved into the area and I'm looking to join a sports club.
Great. We offer a range of membership plans. First, may I ask, are you mainly interested in the gym, or in classes and group activities?
I'd say I'm more interested in group classes, like yoga or spin sessions.
Perfect. In that case, our standard plan might be best for you. It includes access to all fitness classes, plus weekend use of the swimming pool.
Sounds good. Does that include use of the tennis courts?
Not with the standard plan, but we do offer a premium plan which includes court bookings and access to our indoor climbing wall.
Okay, I'll think about that. And what are the opening hours?
We're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, and from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends.
That's very convenient. Now, can I ask about fees?
Of course. The standard plan is £38 per month, and the premium is £52.
That's reasonable. Do you offer any kind of trial period?
Yes, we have a 3-day trial pass that gives you full access to everything except personal training. You can request that online or collect it at reception.
All right. I'd like to get signed up.
Wonderful. I'll just take a few details. Can I start with your full name?
Sure, it's Ryan Donnelly. That's Donnelly.
Thanks. And your address?
12 Melrose Crescent. It's in London.
Postcode?
S41 7JP.
Got it. And what's the best number to contact you on?
My mobile is 07926544810.
Thanks. And how will you be paying your membership fee?
I'll use direct debit, if that's okay.
That's fine. Just one more thing, how did you hear about us?
Actually, a friend of mine recommended the club to me. She's been coming for a few months.
Always nice to hear. I'll send you a confirmation email shortly, and your welcome pack will be ready at reception.
Brilliant, thanks for your help.
You're very welcome. We look forward to seeing you soon. Now you have some time to check your answers. Section 2. You will hear a City Council meeting presentation. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen carefully, and answer questions 11 to 14.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the monthly City Council meeting. Tonight, I'll be sharing the finalized development plan for our town improvement project. The aim of this project is to make the town center safer and more useful for everyone, a direct response to concerns we've received from the community. We're not focused on reducing traffic or increasing tourism. Our main goal is to address local needs. Now, you may be wondering how we made these decisions. Over the past 2 months, we held 3 open forums, sent out digital surveys, and collected over 400 suggestions. These came from residents of all ages, not just business owners or school officials. That feedback formed the foundation of our final plan. The biggest challenge during this process wasn't budget or staffing, it was deciding where to place certain new facilities. People had different opinions on what should go near homes, schools, or public buildings. After careful debate and revision, we reached agreement. As for timing, the project is scheduled to begin at the start of spring. This gives our contractors time to prepare and avoids major disruption during the winter season.
Now you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 15 to 20.
Now, let me walk you through the specific additions and their locations on the town map. Please refer to the visual in front of you. We'll start near the museum, which sits across the street from the fire station. There's a grassy area just to the left of the museum, and we've chosen that space for the new children's playground. The area gets plenty of sunlight and is easily visible to passing traffic. Right beside that, between the museum and the planetarium, we'll be planting a community garden. Residents will be able to grow herbs, vegetables, and flowers in shared plots. Now let's move across the map to the hospital. To the left of the main entrance, near the tree line, we're installing a bicycle parking area. This is in response to the many hospital workers who cycle to work daily. In the empty space behind the church, we're going to build a covered seating area. It'll have benches, shade panels, and a few flower beds, a quiet spot for rest or reflection. The house next to the church will hold a new post collection box, mounted just outside the entrance. It's not a full post office, just a place to drop off stamped letters and small packages. And finally, at the corner between the fire station and the stop sign, a visitor information signpost will be placed. It will include walking distances to key locations like the school, museum, and gas station. That wraps up the presentation. Thank you for your attention. We are excited to see these improvements take shape in the coming months.
Now you have some time to check your answers. Section 3. You will hear a conversation between 2 students and their tutor. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
So, Lena, Raj, thanks for coming in today. Let's talk about your group presentation. What would you like to cover in this meeting?
We finished most of the research, so we were hoping to get your feedback on the topic and structure before we start finalizing the visual materials.
That's a good idea. So the topic is student recycling habits on campus, right?
Yes, we're focusing on the reasons students recycle, or don't, and how the university could improve participation.
Alright. I think it's a good topic overall. It's very relevant, and you clearly care about it. However, it would benefit from a bit more focus. Right now, the scope is slightly broad, try narrowing it to 2 or 3 key aspects.
We were thinking of focusing mainly on student behavior and attitudes. The data we gathered through the online survey was useful, but we ran into some issues.
Yes, we didn't get as many responses as we hoped. We only received about 45 completed surveys, though we sent it out to over 300 students.
That's still usable. Just make sure to mention the sample size when you present your findings.
We're also planning to finish the slides this weekend. We've written out the main points for each part, and now we want to turn those into summary slides.
Good. Keep the slides clean and don't overload them with text.
Now you have some time to look at questions 25 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 25 to 30.
How do you feel about our structure? We tried to divide the content clearly among the 3 of us.
Actually, I think the organization is very clear, I could follow your outline easily. I also really liked the interview section, that was a nice touch.
Thanks. We interviewed 4 students on campus.
And the examples you used, like the one about dorm waste bins, made the problem more real. That sort of detail really helps.
We've planned to present our data using both charts and audio clips from those interviews.
Excellent. Just be sure the audio is clear and timed well with the visuals.
Our findings were interesting. A lot of students said they don't recycle simply because they find the rules too confusing, like what goes in which bin.
Exactly. So we're going to end the talk with 3 practical solutions that we think the university could adopt, like color-coded signage, bin placement, and student workshops.
That sounds like a strong finish. I'm looking forward to seeing the final version.
Now you have some time to check your answers. Section 4. You will hear a lecture about evolution of public transport systems. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Now let's turn to today's topic, the evolution of public transport systems, especially in urban environments. In the earliest cities, most people moved around on foot, but when they needed to carry heavy goods or travel longer distances, they relied on animals. donkeys, horses, or oxen, for example. Those who were wealthier didn't have to walk at all. They travelled in horse-drawn carriages, which were a symbol of status and comfort. As populations grew, so did the number of carriages and wagons. This led to a significant problem in city planning: congestion. The roads were narrow and often muddy, and the increase in horse-drawn traffic made movement through city streets painfully slow. The breakthrough came in the 19th century. In 1863, the first urban rail service began operation in London. This underground railway, now known as the Tube, dramatically reduced commuting time and, interestingly, it also contributed to improved public health, since it lowered exposure to waste and reduced overcrowding on surface streets. Not long after that, electric technologies began changing how people moved. The invention of the electric streetcar provided a much cleaner alternative to coal-powered engines or animal-drawn vehicles. Electric streetcars ran more quietly, didn't produce smoke, and were better for city life. In addition, the bus started to gain popularity, not just because it was cheaper, but because of its flexible routes. Unlike rail systems, buses could be easily rerouted to serve growing neighborhoods or avoid construction. Today, cities are more focused than ever on sustainable transport. Many modern buses now run on electric or hybrid engines, cutting down emissions and fuel costs. One major improvement has been the introduction of contactless payment systems, which have significantly reduced boarding times, allowing passengers to enter quickly and buses to stay on schedule. And looking ahead, city planners are already testing the use of artificial intelligence. AI-based systems are expected to increase traffic efficiency by adjusting light signals, rerouting vehicles automatically, and predicting high-demand routes before delays occur. That concludes our overview of public transport development. In our next lecture, we'll focus on the role of high-speed rail in intercity travel.
Now you have some time to check your answers.